24 America This Week starts right now.
ഡെമോക്രാറ്റ്സ് കീഴടക്കിയ US ഇടക്കാല തെരഞ്ഞെടുപ്പ്.
So Donald Trump, since I know you're watching, I have 4 words for you. Turn the volume up.
പുതുചരിത്രം, പുതു മേയർ ന്യൂയോർക്കിൽ സോറൻ മംദാനി.
I will do. I am Donald Trump's worst nightmare as a progressive Muslim immigrant who actually fights for the things that I believe in.
അടച്ചുപൂട്ടലിൽ അടിതെറ്റി US വ്യോമയാന മേഖല.
Give the data because some people might say, well, you're at 10%, it should be at 15%. Others might say it should be at 5%. It is not a science, it is a art that we're trying to deploy to keep people safe in the airspace.
ന്യൂജേഴ്സിയിൽ കീൻ പുരസ്കാര രാവ്.
A remarkable milestone in a story of an engineering community with a mission of cultivating collaborations, excellence.
24 America This Week, here now.
അമേരിക്കയിൽ ഇടക്കാല തെരഞ്ഞെടുപ്പിൽ കളം തൂത്തുവാരി ഡെമോക്രാറ്റ്സ്. ന്യൂയോർക്കിൽ ന്യൂ മേയർ, ടെക്സസിൽ മിസൗറിയിൽ മലയാളി മേയർ. US തെരഞ്ഞെടുപ്പ് വിശേഷങ്ങളുമായി ലിസ് പൗലോസ് ഫ്രം ന്യൂയോർക്ക്.
So Donald Trump, since I know you're watching, I have 4 words for you. Turn the volume up.
Democrats' victories on Tuesday's election have exposed potential vulnerabilities in US. President Donald Trump's hardline immigration agenda and bid to stamp out diversity, equity, and inclusion policies.
Because I would like to see the new mayor do well, because I love New York. I really love New York.
While the winners focus their campaign around the cost of living issues, they also embrace the core tenets of diversity, equity, inclusion. In Virginia, Abigail Spanberger, the winner of the governor's race, vowed to restore a voting rights amendment in the state's constitution. The winner in the race of New Jersey Governor Mickey Sherrill said in a primary debate that she believes LGBTQ education is essential for students and not a subject parents should be able to opt out of.
And as the president is backing away from this ideal, cutting SNAP, ripping away health care, terminating gateway, we here in New Jersey are bound to fight for a different future for our children.
New York City Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani was the most outspoken, centering his economic platform on racial equity and economic justice. Mamdani's decisive victory makes him the first Muslim and first person of South Asian heritage to hold the office. Are you a Mamdani supporter?
Yeah, 100%. You know something? He's the man right now. He just win the election. He's a person who support everybody, immigrant. I really like. He's a Indian person. I really appreciate all of them.
Yeah, I support Babani because I like the way he speaks, and he's a Spanish guy.
Trump blamed the US government shutdown for his party's performance. They put America last, we put America first, Trump said in a speech in Miami. Malayali pride alert. Robin Ellicott, the talented son of Kotem, is making waves as the mayor of Missouri City, Texas. Congratulations, and here's to many more milestones, Mayor Ellicott. This is Liz Paulo signing off from New York, 24 USA.
എല്ലാ കണ്ണുകളും നിയുക്ത ന്യൂയോർക്ക് മേയർ സോറൻ മംദാനിയിലേക്ക്. നഗരപിതാവിന്റെ കസേരയിലേക്ക് മംദാനി സഞ്ചരിച്ച വഴികളിലൂടെ സഞ്ചരിക്കുകയാണ് ക്രിസ്റ്റീന ചെറിയാൻ ഫ്രം 24 സെൻട്രൽ ഡെസ്ക്.
Good evening, this is Christina Cherian. In November 2023, after a raid on New York Mayor Eric Adams' top fundraiser, top progressive leaders secretly met to find a challenger. While other potential candidates were cautious, a surprise attendee, Zohran Mamdani, eagerly pushed for a rent-freeze platform and an ambitious affordability agenda.
I will do. I am Donald Trump's worst nightmare as a progressive Muslim immigrant who actually fights for the things that I believe in.
To everyone's surprise, he built a movement, ultimately declaring victory as New York's youngest and first Muslim mayor. And this victory was the result of a grassroots campaign that merged innovative social media strategies with a goal of knocking on 1 million doors. His platform included comprehensive measures to lower the cost of living, such as freezing rent, making public transportation free, and establishing government-operated grocery stores. The campaign gained momentum through the backing of progressive groups like the Working Families Party and the Democratic Socialists of America.
Look, Donald Trump ran on three promises. He ran on creating the single largest deportation force in American history, he ran on going after his political enemies, and he ran on lowering the cost of living. If he wants to talk to me about the third piece of that agenda, I will always be ready and willing. But if he wants to talk about how to pursue the first and second piece of that agenda at the expense of New Yorkers, I will fight him every single step of the way.
The path to victory was more chaotic than anticipated, with Mamdani facing off against a disgraced former government Andrew Cuomo and eccentric Republican candidate Curtis Lewa. The race was further complicated when the incumbent mayor Eric Adams withdrew after a series of scatters. Mamdani's campaign had to overcome significant financial opposition, with opponents reportedly investing over $30 billion to defeat him. Despite the challenges, internal polling showed that negative attacks had little effect on voters, leading the campaign to adopt humorous, unconventional ads that circulated organically among supporters. Looking ahead, a Mamdani administration promises significant transformations for New York City. Let's wait and watch.
അവധിക്കാല യാത്രകളെ പ്രതിസന്ധിയിലാക്കി യുഎസിലെ അടച്ചുപൂട്ടൽ. വിമാന ടിക്കറ്റ് നിരക്കുകൾ കുതിച്ചുയരുന്നതിനോടൊപ്പം പ്രധാന വിമാനത്താവളങ്ങളിൽ സർവീസുകൾ വെട്ടിച്ചുരുക്കുന്നതും യാത്രക്കാർക്ക് കടുത്ത തലവേദന സൃഷ്ടിക്കുകയാണ്. റിപ്പോർട്ട് ബൈ ഷാന മോഹൻ ഫ്രം ഷിക്കാഗോ.
Passengers were already expecting higher fares and packed planes with the upcoming holiday season, but that seems to be getting much worse with the continued government shutdown, leading to flight cancellations in major airports.
Give the data because some people might say, well, you're at 10%, it should be at 15%. Others might say it should be at 5%. It is not a science, it is an art that we're trying to deploy to keep people safe in the airspace.
Airlines are already starting to cancel flights a few days at a time, but it is hard to predict how long these cutbacks will last. Fares were already predicted to rise between 7 to 10% during the holiday season. Strong demand and a pullback in capacity by low-fare airlines such as Spirit Airlines have largely propelled these fare increases.
We're trying to prevent the pressure that we now see building in the system. There's a very easy solution. Let's open the government up. Let's pay our controllers and reduce the pressure.
A decrease in supply could likely pressure prices higher. Based on flight schedules that are yet to be finalized, aviation analytics firm Cirium has predicted up to 1,800 flight cuts a day. This could mean a lack of 100,000 seats in a single day, or up to 268,000. The good news is, we do have upcoming holidays. This is Shana Mohan reporting from Chicago, 24 USA.
At 15, he waited tables at a chain restaurant Friendly's. On any given day, he was a cook, a dishwasher, a table busser, an ice cream scooper, you name it. 22 years later, he bought the whole company. Story by Ammu from New Jersey.
I want to go to Friendly's, mini mozzarellas and different chicken too. Cheeseburger sliders and soda that's blue.
Sundays new design, they're in the deal for you. Where ice cream makes the meal.
From cleaning tables to buying the company, this is a stunning full circle story. Indian American Amol Kohli, who began his career as a 15-year-old waiter at Friendly's, now owns the entire restaurant chain. Kohli's investment group, Legacy Brands, announced this July that it had acquired Friendly's, its parent company, Bricks Holdings, and 6 other restaurant brands for an undisclosed sum. This acquisition brought a portfolio of more than 250 total restaurant locations under his company's ownership. Before acquiring the entire company, Kohli was a franchise and operated 31 Friendly outlets. Now, as the owner of a parent company, 37-year-old Amol Kohli is a franchisor who owns the entire network.
Grew up first generation immigrant kid, was just trying to find a little job, when I was younger in my teens, and I was working in an assisted living home prior, and a Friendly's had opened up in town as they normally would back in early 2000, right? And we rushed over there with a couple buddies from the assisted living home and applied for a job, and got hired in as a breakfast waiter.
His journey began in 2003 at a Philadelphia area Friendly's. For about $5 an hour, Coley did any job required, from cooking and washing dishes to even scooping ice cream. He says the ascent from an entry-level employee to the chairman of the board was unbelievable. Even while attending Drexel University, Coley spent his summers working at Friendly's, diving deep into the business side of operation by supporting franchises. He learned the ins and outs of insurance, payroll, and food costs long before he ever thought of an acquisition.
I think it's one of the oldest iconic American restaurant brands in the country. That's something to be proud of.
Now, however, Coley faces a significant challenge, reviving a brand that has dwindled from more than 800 locations in the mid-1990s to just over 100 today. This is Ammo, 24 USA.
ദക്ഷിണ ഗസയിലെ റഫയിലെ ടണലിൽ കുടുങ്ങിയ ഹമാസ് അംഗങ്ങളെ വിട്ടയക്കുവാൻ ഇസ്രയേലിന് മേൽ US സമ്മർദ്ദം. 200ഓളം വരുന്ന ഹമാസ് അംഗങ്ങൾ ഇസ്രയേൽ നിയന്ത്രിത മേഖലയിലാണ് ഇപ്പോൾ ഉള്ളത്. Report by Prajansi Kannan from 24 Central Desk.
The United States is pressuring Israel to allow 100 to 200 Hamas operatives trapped in a tunnel network in southern Gaza's Rafah to leave safely, according to a Middle Eastern diplomat who spoke to an Israeli newspaper. This move is intended as a pilot program for a broader amnesty initiative for Hamas fighters, which forms a major component of US President Donald Trump's 20-point plan for ending the Gaza conflict. The trapped Hamas operatives are currently holed upon the Israeli-controlled side of the Yellow Line, which is a non-physical boundary in Gaza.
Hamas is demanding that they be given safe passage back to their own lines, while the mediating states are examining a so-called rescue of Hamas terrorists from Rafah.
With dwindling supplies and no way out, their presence in the tunnels pose a threat to the ongoing ceasefire. In one recent incident, Hamas militants emerged from a hidden tunnel shaft, killing 2 Israeli soldiers and prompting retaliatory airstrikes that killed dozens in Gaza. In total, these trapped fighters have killed 3 Israeli troops and injured several others, leading to Israeli airstrikes that Palestinian authorities say have killed over 145 people. While Hamas is demanding safe passage for its fighters to territory it controls, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has publicly rejected this, stating the militants must surrender or be killed.
No doubt that Hamas now stands more isolated than at any time since the founding of this organization. Before October 7, 2020,
Washington is keen to resolve this issue now and move to the next phase of the ceasefire, which includes deploying an international stabilization force and disarming Hamas. The situation is further complicated by the 6 Israeli hostages whose bodies remain in Gaza. Israeli officials fear that killing the trapped Hamas fighters could lead Hamas to halt the return of these deceased hostages. Stay tuned for more updates. This is Prajansi Kannan, Central News Desk 24, Kochi.
ഇന്ത്യ അമേരിക്ക നയതന്ത്ര ബന്ധം വഷളായിട്ട് മാസങ്ങൾ കഴിഞ്ഞു. അതിനിടയിലാണ് താൻ നരേന്ദ്രമോദിയെ നേരിട്ട് കാണുമെന്ന് പ്രസിഡന്റ് ഡൊണാൾഡ് ട്രംപിന്റെ പ്രഖ്യാപനം. ആ കൂടിക്കാഴ്ച എപ്പോൾ നടക്കും? വിശദാംശങ്ങളുമായി 24 സെൻട്രൽ ഡെസ്കിൽ നിന്ന് ദേവിക പൊന്നപ്പൻ.
US President Donald Trump this week praised Prime Minister Narendra Modi as a great man and a friend, suggesting he may visit India next year amid ongoing trade negotiations between the two countries. Speaking to the reporters at the White House, Trump confirmed he would consider a visit. When asked directly if he planned to travel to India next year, the president replied it could be yes. The president's positive remarks comes as the two nations navigate trade talks following Washington's decision to impose a 50% tariff on India over its continued purchase of Russian oil. Trump asserted that Modi has largely stopped buying from Russia.
And he's a friend of mine, and we speak, and he wants me to go there, and we'll figure that out. I'll go. I had a great trip there with Prime Minister Modi. He's a great man.
and I'll be going.
Novo Nordisk is in the middle of a 10.
You're planning to go to India next year, sir?
It could be, yeah.
This development signals a shift from an August report in the New York Times which claimed that US President no longer planned to visit India for a Quad summit and that the bilateral relationship had unraveled. Early this week, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said President Trump feels very strongly about the US-India relationship and noted his recent call with Prime Minister Narendra Modi during his Diwali celebrations. India's Ministry of External Affairs previously responded to US pressures on its oil imports by stating that its policies are guided entirely by national interest and consumer welfare. President Trump's remarks were made during an announcement of a new deal to lower the cost of weight loss drug in United States.
Kerala Engineers Association of Northeast Americയുടെ ഫാമിലി നൈറ്റും പുരസ്കാര രാവും ന്യൂജേഴ്സി റോയൽ ആൽബർട്ട് പാലസിൽ നടന്നു. Let's check the report by Liz Paulos.
The Kerala Engineers Association of Northeast America awarded its top honors to Matthew Chakola, Jacob Matthew during its Tech Night 2025 gala.
I am down and know my soul so weary when troubles come.
The event held on October 18 at the Royal Albert's Palace in New Jersey brought together over 300 engineers, families and community members.
I invite each of you to embrace the power of teamwork and to be part of Keen. Let's dream big, act boldly, and lift each other higher.
A remarkable milestone in a story of an engineering community with a mission of cultivating collaborations, excellence.
Keen is more than a professional organization. It's a family that celebrates excellence, friendship, and community.
Our mission has always been to foster a culture of collaboration, excellence, and support over the years.
Mr. Chakola, founder and CEO of Maryland Paper Company, was named Keen Engineer of the Year 2025.
The Engineer of the Year 2025, Mr. Matthew Chakola.
When I was a young engineer, I leave the home when all my children were sleeping. When I get home, they were sleeping still. Time has gone. I still think that I'm young. But you, the whole group, made me today feel that I'm back young again.
While Mr. Matthew, co-founder and CEO of Zeologics Inc., received the Keen Engineering Entrepreneur 2025 award.
For being in me and support given, especially I have to mention my wife Deepa, who is the co-founder of Zeologics. I also want to thank my friends who are here to support me.
The evening featured several distinguished speakers, including Chief Guest Mr. John Rotolo, Chief Engineer of Passaic Valley Sewerage Commission. Keynote addresses were delivered by Vivek Singh, Senior Vice President of IT and Strategic Planning at Palnar, and Hashmi Taj Ibrahim, Senior Editor 24 News.
വല്ലാതെ വെറുപ്പും വിദ്വേഷവും ഒക്കെ വല്ലാതെ ആവുന്ന ഒരു കാലത്ത് അതിലൊക്കെ വേദനിക്കുന്ന കണ്ണു നിറയുന്ന ഒരു മനുഷ്യന്റെ ഹൃദയത്തിന്റെ പിടച്ചില ഞാൻ ആ വാക്കുകളെ കാണുന്നു. ആ വാക്കുകളെ ഹൃദയത്തിലേക്ക് എടുക്കുന്നു. ആ വാക്കുകളെ ആദരിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് ഇനിയും കാണാമെന്ന പ്രതീക്ഷയോടെ നിർത്തുന്നു. താങ്ക് യു.
The Outstanding Student Awards for 2025 were given to Aditya Lalu, Nime Satish, Ritvik Rajesh and Abhirami Rajesh. Aaron Rodriguez, Laji George, Hemant Vora and Colin McTague were honored for their support of Keen's student outreach projects. Entertainment for the evening was provided by Kalashri School of Dance, Sopernica Dance Academy and the Rutgers Bhangra team. The event was supported by grand sponsors Spectrum Auto and E&L Mechanical Incorporated. Keen President Nina Sudhir, General Secretary Sajida Fahmy and Treasurer Biju Puducherry concluded the event by thanking the executive team, Board of Trustees and supporters for their dedication. This is Liz Paulo signing off, 24 USA.
അമേരിക്കൻ വിശേഷങ്ങളുമായി അമേരിക്കൻ ജംഗ്ഷൻ. വികാര നൗകയിൽ സമുദ്രത്തിൻ്റെ അനന്തതയിലേക്ക് നമ്മളെ കൂട്ടിക്കൊണ്ടുപോയ അമരം. അച്ചൂട്ടിയുടെ മുത്തിനെ തേടി 24 വാർത്താ സംഘം ടൈംസ് സ്ക്വയറിൽ.
മലയാള പ്രേക്ഷകരുടെ മനസ്സിൽ കുടിയേറിയ അമരം സിനിമ വീണ്ടും തിയേറ്ററുകളിൽ എത്തുകയാണ്.
അഴകേ നിൻമിഴി നീർമണി കുളിരിൽ തൂവരുതേ, കരളേ നീ എൻ്റെ കിനാവിൽ മുത്തുപൊഴിക്കരുതേ.
സിനിമയിൽ മമ്മൂട്ടിയുടെ മകൾ രാധയെ അഭിനയിച്ച മാധു എവിടെ?
അഴകേ നിൻമിഴി നീർമണി കുളിരിൽ തൂവരുതേ, കരളേ നീ എൻ്റെ കിനാവിൽ മുത്തുപൊഴിക്കരുതേ.
അച്ചൂട്ടിയിലേക്ക് വരുമ്പോൾ ആ അച്ഛൻ വല്ലാതെ ഇപ്പോഴും ഹോണ്ട് ചെയ്യാറുണ്ടോ? അച്ചൂട്ടി എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ ക്യാരക്ടർ അച്ഛൻ ഉണ്ടല്ലോ. ഇപ്പോഴും പോയിട്ടില്ല.
ബിക്കോസ് അത് എവറി ടൈം ആരെങ്കിലും എന്നെ കണ്ട് ഇങ്ങനെ സംസാരിക്കുമ്പോ ആ പടം കുറിച്ചാ സംസാരിക്കണം.
ആ പടം വെച്ച് അങ്ങ്
റിമെമ്പർ ദാറ്റ് മൂവി.
അമരം സിനിമ ഇതുവരെ തിയേറ്ററിൽ കണ്ടിട്ടില്ലാത്ത മാധു തിയേറ്റർ റീ റിലീസിന്റെ ആവേശത്തിലാണ്.
ആക്ച്വലി ഞാൻ നാട്ടില് അമരം പടം കണ്ടിട്ടേ
ഇല്ല.
ഞങ്ങളായിരുന്നു ചെന്നൈയിലായിരുന്നു. സോ ആ സമയത്ത് ഇങ്ങനെ പടം റിലീസായി അറിഞ്ഞു. പക്ഷെ ഇങ്ങനെ ഇത്രയും സക്സസ് ആവുമെന്ന് എനിക്ക് അറിയത്തില്ല. എനിക്കും ചിത്രയും ഞങ്ങൾ രണ്ടുപേരും ചെന്നൈ ആയിരുന്നല്ലോ. സോ അപ്പോൾ ഞങ്ങൾ എപ്പോഴും സംസാരിക്കും, വി ഡോണ്ട് നോ വാട്ട് ഹാപ്പനിങ് വിത്ത് ദ മൂവി, ഇങ്ങനെയൊക്കെ സംസാരിക്കുമ്പോൾ തന്നെ ഒരു ദിവസം ഞാൻ ഏതോ ഒരു ഷൂട്ടിന് വേണ്ടി ഞാൻ കേരളത്തിൽ വന്നപ്പോൾ അവിടെ ആയിരുന്നു എല്ലാ ആൾക്കാരും എന്നെ കണ്ടിട്ട് മുത്തേന്ന് വിളിക്കാൻ തുടങ്ങി. ഇപ്പോഴേ മനസ്സിലായി വാ
സൂപ്പർ ഹിറ്റായി എന്നുള്ളത്.
ഏറെ വർഷങ്ങളായി കുടുംബമായി ന്യൂയോർക്കിലാണ് മാധു സെറ്റിൽ ചെയ്തിരിക്കുന്നത്.
ഇവിടെ എന്താ ചെയ്യുന്നത്?
ഞാൻ അക്കൗണ്ടന്റ് ആണ്. ആൾസോ സ്റ്റഡിങ് മാസ്റ്റേഴ്സ് പഠിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്.
എങ്ങനെയുണ്ട് കണക്കിന്റെ കളികൾ?
ഇറ്റ്സ് ഫണ്ണി. ഞാൻ ആക്ച്വലി സൈക്കോളജി പഠിക്കണമെന്ന് വിചാരിച്ചതാ. ബട്ട് എനിക്ക് എൻ്റെ കോളിംഗ് പിന്നെ മനസ്സിലായത്. ഐ തിങ്ക് ഐ എം മോർ ഇൻ ടു ദിസ് അക്കൗണ്ടിങ്, ടുവേർഡ്സ് നമ്പേഴ്സാ ഇഷ്ടം.
മാധു പറയുന്നത് മമ്മൂക്കി എന്ന് വിളിച്ചാൽ കടൽ കടന്ന് കേരളത്തിലെത്തും.
മമ്മൂക്ക ഇപ്പം ഒന്ന് നീട്ടി വിളിച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ, രാധയെന്ന് വിളിച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഇല്ലേ, മുത്തേന്ന് വിളിച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ബോട്ടെ കയറി അങ്ങ് പോവൂ. ഉറപ്പായിട്ടും.
This is Midho Mamachan signing off from Mexico 24 USA.
And it's time to sign off. See you next week. And this is Mathu Kotarikara 24.